Did you know that 65% of the millionaires have at least three sources of income? And they believe that diversification is their key to success. This was a research that was done by Thomas Corley for a series of books that he has written about how to become a millionaire. There are about 45% of the millionaires who have at least four different income streams, and 29% have five or more income streams. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about building multiple streams of income. I'm going to share my learnings as I started in this process, and I'm going to also share actionable tips that you can use to start building your multiple streams of income. Before we get started, a quick reminder to 90% of you who haven't yet subscribed to my channel to do so now and click on the notification bell icon so that you can be notified every time I release a new video. I put a lot of effort in building this content, and you subscribing means the world to me. It helps with channel growth. It lets me know that you find my videos useful and inspires me to build this powerful content for you. And now that we have you subscribed, let's get started. Now let's start with understanding what are the various sources of income that we have available to us. Once you have this understanding, you'll be able to make a decision in terms of what are the alternate income sources that you want to have. So when I talk about income sources over here, I'm not talking about the money that comes from your salary or the income that comes from your job. That is by default, I've taken that into consideration. Apart from that, how else can you build sources of income? You can do freelancing, consulting, or speaking. There can be a side business, a physical side business. For example, one of my friends who is a QA analyst has a side business of crocheted flowers. So that's the side business, completely different from what she does in her mainstream job. Then there could be affiliate marketing, where you basically get a little bit of commission by promoting somebody's products or services. There can be royalties, and these royalties can come from books, it can come from podcasts, it can come from courses that you create. There are various ways in which you can get royalty. Then they're digital products, PDFs, or the courses or the books that you might sell online directly through a platform. These digital products are a great way to use your skill set and leverage your skill set to basically providing value to others. You might have income coming in from the investments that you have made. This income might be in the form of dividends. Next is rental income. I come from the part of world where people invest in property a lot and build alternate streams of income through rent. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about rental income. It could be residential, it could be commercial, and then there might be income coming in from coaching. This could be life coaching, health coaching, or coaching on a specific skill set that you have but is high in demand and others want to be coached on. When it comes to building alternative sources of income, there are various challenges that we might face. These challenges can be bucketed into three main categories. There's mindset, there's skill set, and tool set. The biggest mindset challenge that I have seen with people is that I do not have any other skill to help me build multiple sources of income. This mindset is completely wrong. I came from this mindset. I thought that I was good enough just to be in the job and excel in my job. And I did not think that I had any other skill to build multiple sources of income. Let me tell you one thing. We all have skills, and we are all capable of building alternate sources of income, building multiple sources of income, and living a life that we desire. This is the biggest mindset change that you need to have to be able to be successful. The second mindset block that most people have is that I need money to get started. I can tell you that you can get started for as little as $0. Yes, $0 if you really want to get started and build multiple sources of income. And I'm going to talk about that later on. But this is another mindset that people have. They don't get started because they think that they're going to need a lot of money to get started. That's not true. You can get started with $0 and build multiple sources of income. The next is the skill set, which is I don't have enough skills to get started. I don't know how to get started. I don't know how to build a website. I don't don't know how to do marketing. I don't know how to build my email list. Those are the skill set mind blocks that you might have. And the third is the tool set. I don't know which tools should I use. What are the tools that are available in the market that can help me get there? Let me share with you my journey of how I got started. It was about 5 years ago that I really started thinking about building multiple sources of income. And this was because I got an opportunity to speak at a conference with some of the other leaders at Oracle about cloud computing and about women in leadership. And what I said in that conference on that stage resonated so much with women leaders who were out there that my piece was picked by Forbes. Forbes converted into an article and put it out there for all its audience. I started getting so many requests to speak at events. But up until then, I was not charging for speaking at these global events. I was still testing waters and trying to understand that there was an opportunity to build a stream of income by just speaking at conferences. Later in 2019, I got an opportunity to talk at Women Transforming Technology, an initiative between VMware and Stanford, where I really got an opportunity to hone my talk and deliver it at a sold out event. With that, many people came to me and asked me if I had a book. And that's where started the journey of writing a book, which I launched within 3 months of that talk. And in September of 2019, within 11 hours of the launch of the book was an Amazon #1 bestseller in the category. And that's when really I started getting a lot of requests. People wanted me to come speak at the event, and they were ready to not just pay me for speaking at the event, but also were ready to buy books and give those books as swag. So right there, I generated two streams of income, one from the royalty of the books and second from speaking engagements. And from that income stream opened a few other streams of incomes in terms of coaching, in terms of consulting, and in terms of speaking at events where I was brought in as an expert to talk about a technology area. Today, I have multiple sources of income, and my goal is to impart all that knowledge to my audience, which is you, so that everybody can build multiple sources of income. We live in a time where there is no job security, where the landscape is changing so much that you just can't rely on one source of income to be able to build a safety net that we all need to be successful. And now that you know about my story, let's talk about how to get started. The first thing to remember is that one skill can lead to the road to success. This is very important. You just need one skill, whatever you are good at. It doesn't need to be your passion project either. I've seen so many people get stuck in finding their passion area, what they're passionate about, that they lose the context of why they want to find that passion, which is to build multiple sources of income. So start where you are. In my story, remember that I started with cloud computing and women in leadership. Those were the two areas that I was really comfortable about talking. So instead of looking for my passion, or instead of finding what is the skill that I could leverage and building that skill, I started with where I was. I leveraged what I knew about cloud computing and leveraged my challenges as a woman of color in technology to build out the talks and build out a narrative that resonated with the audience and created those multiple streams of income for me. The next one is to start small. I've seen so many people get stuck over here. Instead of testing the waters, instead of figuring out what is resonating with their audience, they start investing so much money and building out something without even testing with their prospective audience or the market. And my recommendation is to always start small. I tested out my narrative around cloud computing and women in leadership at various meetups and small events before I launched myself as a keynote speaker. So start small, start where you are. And for none of these activities that I'm talking about, building that narrative around my keynote speaking as a cloud computing leader, as women in leadership evangelist, I did not need to spend a single penny from my pocket. I started where I was. Then share your success. It's very important. In today's day and age, people want to see your success. People want to understand what you're doing, how you're helping others, and that success leads to more business. So if you think that people are going to miraculously find you in the ocean of other providers, you're wrong. By sharing your success, you let your network know that you are open for business, that you are having success in what you're doing, and that you are available to help them with their business challenges. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is operationalizing logistics. Yes, I did invest in buying a domain rashimogha.com for 99 cents on GoDaddy and creating a basic WordPress website to be able to have an interface where people could see the places I was speaking at and be able to fill a form and book me as a keynote speaker. Today, things are very different. That was 5 years ago. Today, you get business in a box solutions that you can use for $4 a month, for $5 a month. And with that, what you can do is you can spin out your entire business. They'll give you an opportunity to build a website, get a domain name, build your marketing engine, figure out a way to put your content up there, or have those coaching calls, figure out a way to collect payments. It's so easy now that nothing should be preventing you from building your own business and building multiple streams of income. 5 years ago, the story was very different when I started. I had to figure out how I'm going to collect payments from people if they didn't want to pay me off PayPal or Venmo. I had to figure out how I'm going to make my content available to them. Instead of focusing on the operations part of it, you can now really focus on the creative part of it and bringing your products and services to market as opposed to figuring out the operations piece. So if you haven't explored business in a box solutions, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do a video and talk about some of the tools that are available to help you with that. And I understand that this video provides preliminary information to get started. You might want to have a deeper conversation with me and require some coaching on how to get started. If that's the case, please use this QR code to get started, book an appointment with me, and let's talk about how we can build your multiple sources of income. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription means the world to me and helps with channel growth. I'll see you next week with another video. Till then, have a successful week. Bye bye.